The greatest ideas have come from sitting on the toilet. Every day, some company, individual, or group is known for giving the public a load of bullshit. Come here to get your daily dose of shit by Alan Cousin. It's time you hear the shit everyone wants to know.
Well, now to have your attention, hello everybody, welcome to your daily dose of shit with your host Alan Cousin. Today is Friday, February 10th, 2023, still the second month of the year, and I am surviving surprisingly. I will say this, I am much better than I was yesterday. Not great, of course, but much, much better. So, because, life still sucks. Money still sucks. Stocks still suck. Crypto still sucks. But, I got my health and I got my girls and I do have the availability to enjoy life. So I can't really complain too much. I'm just a little upset about losing some money, but who wouldn't be, right? So anyway, today I want to talk about the world. And I'm just going to be general on that because, I was taking my toilet time and enjoying myself, and I was listening to a little bit of some music here and there and playing my Vegas slots, and then of course I went ahead and looked through some of the news, and the United States government shot down something again that was 40,000 feet in the air, but didn't say what it was. Said it was an endangerment to the government and possibly citizens of the United States, but yet haven't said what it was. And Walmart, surprisingly, is trying to tell their distributors who basically give them stuff to sell to us that they cannot increase their pricing because they need to help save the economy. But it makes me wonder, are they just enjoying their profit and don't want anyone else to earn a profit? Which, that either way, doesn't really matter because I want to keep the prices down because I don't know about you as a consumer, but I like to have some pricing somewhere at least affordable so I can get what I need as far as groceries, food, and whatever. So, and then these UFOs, these unidentified flying objects, basically, they're just coming out of the blue in Antarctica, Brazil, Russia. I mean, hell, I even saw something at least twice this month and twice last month that I definitely know was not just a commercial aircraft. It was not a jet. And yesterday was quite interesting because I actually saw 4 Army military choppers, helicopters that is, in formation, flying around with a spotlight. And I don't see that normally in my neck of the woods, 4 Army helicopters in formation with a spotlight on. What were they looking for? What were they trying to find? Makes me wonder. That whole conspiracy about this, conspiracy about that. But still, a conspiracy is just something that we talk about until we find out it's true, right? Just think about the logic. So I'm thinking, are we going to have aliens encounter maybe in the next 7 years? Are we going to have a World War III encounter in the next year or two? I mean, there's so much going on that it just makes you go, what the? So I don't know. Do you know? I mean, the economy's bad. Stocks are getting bad. Crypto's getting bad. Jobs are being lost. Seeing things in the air that we can't describe what it is. And now the United States are taking down things in the air, but not telling us what they are. I mean, there's a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen. A lot to think about. 2023. I mean, yes, don't get me wrong. 2020 to 2022 was a bit rough with the COVID, which is still around, of course, but just not as active or effective at this moment in time, I should say. We still got possible other viruses that are encroaching on us, but, not being placed in the news and the media at this time, so therefore not important, right? But I don't know. It's just like you wake up and you're just thinking, you live in the United States, this place where basically you have freedoms, you have rights, you have enjoyments, opportunity to do things that you want, go to the movies, go out to eat, go see your family. So many things you can do, You spend a lot of money enjoying those things. And nobody ever thinks about what if instantaneously one day we just lose all that freedom? What if one day we wake up and there are bombs and missiles going off throughout the United States? Or what if we wake up and there's this huge cloud, and out of this cloud comes a ship, an unidentified flying object, and it lands and we encounter something? I mean, how many of us really think about that? How many of y'all really think the opportunity and possibilities are there now that maybe, just maybe, we might meet something not from our planet? And see, you gotta always wonder, because the government, they're always going to have something that they're hiding. Of course, for our benefit, as they always say it, they're hiding it for our benefit, but still, they're hiding things. And makes you wonder how many times UFOs might have come to our world or are still presently here, and we just don't hear about it because the government decides it's best that we don't. And like I said, this whole Russia, China, North Korea, I mean, it's getting kind of hot and heavy now with the United States not being the best friends, I should say, with other countries. And getting to the point where they're not looking or being honored by other civilization countries as well. I mean, China laughs at us. Russia hates us. Venezuela hates us. Iran hates us. Iraq hates us. North Korea hates us. That's a lot of hate towards one country. And you always hear about how we are irrelevant to Rome. And think about Rome. Rome was a very immersed, gigantic colony that literally just grew chaotically to the point where it was one of the largest empires in history. And then one day, it fell. It was attacked by Egypt, and they lost. And it makes me wonder, will it one day have the United States, just like Rome, fall due to some kind of war, whether it be physical or maybe germ related or even financially related? Because there's various types of wars. You can have a war physically where you actually are fighting physically. You can have a war with military tanks and planes and guns. You can have a war with germs where you send germs towards another country and basically they're viruses to kill you. Or you can have a war financially where you try to destroy the economics of one country financially to the point where that country falls apart because finance is taken away. So, I mean, there's many possibilities out there, many ways that the United States, just like Rome, could fall. And think about it, just like Rome, the United States think that they're so powerful, they're so big, that there's no way that they can ever fall. But That's the problem. When you feel like you're so overconfident, when you feel like there's nothing that can take you away, that is when you normally have something happen and you are not paying attention and you wind up getting taken out. I mean, I've done it myself with stocks and bonds where I was like, I know this and there's no way this is going to happen. And guess what? It happened. When I knew I should have been safe about certain items in certain situations, and sometimes I wasn't. And sometimes because of that, I lost. Now, granted, I've learned my lesson and I'm not as crazy and as spontaneous as I used to be. I'm more logical now, so I'm doing well for myself. But still, there are those moments where I just take a chance, knowing that maybe I should rethink this, and I don't. And pride, American patriot pride. Oh, that's so big here in America. But did you ever think about how pride could be the one thing that takes you down? Because basically you think you're so prideful in yourself and so confident and so overbearing that you believe that without a doubt nothing can take you down, that you're not looking at the little things that get past you and then wind up hitting you from behind and taking you down. Just saying. So, I don't know about you, but 2023 has been a very interesting year so far. I mean, we had a weather balloon got shot down from China. We had something just recently today got shot down. Don't know what it is because the government won't tell us. And of course, we, still have COVID around. We still have a very, very vast economic situation that is a recession. No matter what they're telling you, we are in a recession. Now, whether we go into a depression, that's the question. But we are definitely in a recession. And of course, just, trying to keep your head on with the many disabilities and difficulties mentally and physically and ailments that we're having. It's kind of difficult, sometimes to smile, to feel good about yourself, to look upon yourself and think life is great. It's a wonderful world. Because most people nowadays are not smiling. Most people nowadays have a lot of hatred, a lot of anger, frustration, shame. And it's all about looks, image, How do I look? How do people feel about me? Am I pleasing enough to others? That is what we're going into nowadays. And that's not a good road to be taking. Not a good path at all. But yet, a path that many of us have not only chosen, but now have walked so long that we can't even get off that path. Like I say, 2023 is a very interesting year. And then I'm reading all these articles from these rabbis and these priests and from these spiritual individuals about how they feel like we're about to have the book of Revelations, or we're living in the book of Revelations as we speak, and how basically the end of times is coming and the devil is definitely controlling the world as we speak, and God is immersing only to those that are true believers to protect them from the evil that the devil is commencing upon us. And then we have the California faults that's supposedly maybe shaking at any time. We have the Yellowstone geyser that can blow at any moment. I mean, there's so many things going on. We have El Nino, which is now changing the weather once again, as it did about, I would say, 15 years ago, where basically now cold is hot and hot is cold, which of course doesn't help in any way when it comes to our growth of our products and produce, and just us as humans trying to, live every day knowing what the weather's going to be like. And tornadoes and hurricanes are becoming more and more vast. And of course, when they do, they cause more and more destruction. So like I said, there's a lot going on. that we really need to focus on when we have to think about this year 2023 and thinking, are we ready? Are we prepared for whatever may be coming our way? Have we thought it through? Have we thought about many opportunities and many unfortunate situations that could occur in 2023? And are we trying to A, make sure it doesn't happen to us, and B, if it does occur, are we ready to counteract it and be ready and prepared for any and all events and incidents that may occur? Question that I'm sure many of us will probably say right now, the answer is no. And like I said, we have no idea where we're heading financially. We have no idea where the United States is going to be financially. We have no idea what more is coming our way because of this recession that apparently is not going away and is getting rougher and rougher to the point that now we have to admit it exists. And like I said, these things in the clouds, and these clouds that appear to be clouds but move like something that's not a cloud, just makes you wonder, just makes you go, And then our generation, how they're so different from the past generations, the way they think, the way they work, the way they act, what they expect. It's a changed world, ladies and gentlemen. It's a world that's ever changing and a world that we have never dealt with. This is something that is totally new to us as far as so many things, and we're trying to adjust. And honestly, it's not easy to do it. So I'm just saying, I was thinking about that while listening to my music and scrolling through the news and sitting on my porcelain throne, taking a nice good dump, because I gotta admit, I ate a shrimp po' boy yesterday, and wow, it was good. And that daiquiri, yeah, definitely needed it, but it was even better coming out, let me tell you. So, like I said, I'm in a better mood myself. Hope you are too. I mean, it's the weekend, right? Happy Friday. Didn't get paid, but still, it's Friday, and the weekend is here to enjoy 2 glorious days of freedom and doing who knows what, who knows where, with who knows who. Plan on going to Houston tomorrow for a quick flight in, flight out with my girl, as she needs to get some therapy taken care of. But of course, we'll enjoy, eating at the airport in a nice lounge, because we are able to be blessed to have such courtesies. And of course, enjoy a little bit of time in Houston while we're there, and maybe stop at a nice quick restaurant, and enjoy some vegan food or pastries or who knows what before we come back later that night. But like I said, it's the weekend. Enjoy the opportunities when they come to you. Don't take them for granted. Don't take the good moments for granted. When the good opportunity is there and a moment to share with others is there, take it. Don't think about it. Enjoy it, because you never know what's coming the next day or what may happen soon after. You have to remember, live life as if it's your last day, because you never know. It just might be. And with 2023, I have to say, it's crazy. It's a little crazy. But I'm just fine. I may have had some bad moments this last month, and I may be in a little bit of upset, maybe minor depression because of some money that I truly shouldn't have lost, but I did. But still, all in all, I'm just fine, because my life could be so much worse than it is, and it's really not that bad. It's just I had expectations, and I messed up a little bit, and I have to recatch and resurface and see how I can change some minor things and make them positive again. But that's it. Not a major thing, because majorly, I'm doing well. I'm living well. I have girls that love me. I have a family that actually respects me now, and I respect them and love them. And my health is getting better. My stress is less. Finance is good. Even with the money I lost, I'm still okay. And all in all, I have the ability of enjoying life. I have the ability of going out and doing things. And I don't have to wonder about how. I just can actually go and have some fun. Because I'm still blessed by the Almighty God that has taken care of me and made these things happen and continue to make these things happen. And I thank you, Lord. I thank you, Lord, for allowing me to be so blessed. And I know that no matter what, you will take care of me. Even when I make mistakes, you will help me find a way to improve and do better at the end. So I'm not worried. And that's why I want to proclaim that, so that God would know I'm not worried. Just a tad bit upset. But who doesn't get upset, right? So, I want you to think about what I said today. Think about possible war. Think about the recession that's getting worse. Think about those objects in the sky that you wonder, what are they? And think about what could happen this year, next year, or even maybe at the latest 2030. The things that we may see and uncover. And are we ready for them? Are we prepared and ready to finally meet someone or something else? And are we prepared to go into this technology age, this crypto age, this age of new, as they call it? Are we ready? But you know what? Either way, I'm just fine. So before I leave, I'm going to play a song that I feel kind of explains and expresses how I feel. And I hope you feel the same. Because you know what? No matter what problems you have, no matter what situations you're going through, smile. Smile knowing that it can always be worse. Smile knowing that actually, no matter what you're in, there's someone out there doing better than you, but there's also several people out there doing worse than you. And sometimes people like me need to remind people like you of that, so that then you can enjoy life and actually know how blessed you truly are for just the little things you do have. For the things that you have, many others are praying for right now. And you may have taken it and still take it for granted. Let's change that, shall we? Be like me and say, I'm just fine. So, maybe the end of the world coming, who knows? Biblical, military, or both. But either way, enjoy life, smile, take the blessings you have, try to improve them, and look at yourself and just simply say, I'm just fine. And with that, I'm going to play Rim. It's the end of the world as we know it. But guess what? I feel fine. So there you have it. And I just read that supposedly there was a weather balloon over Taiwan about a day or two ago, but the president is now dismissing it. The president of Taiwan is dismissing it, of course. But makes you wonder. You know, China, you got to give it to those people in China. They're smarter than you sometimes think, and you know, it's like a game of chess. Just when you think you're about to get the queen, the bishop comes from behind and takes you out, or the rook catches you on the corner, and the next thing you know, you're in checkmate. And then what do you do then? What do you do then? Well, you know what I'll do? I'll simply look at it and say, it may be the end of the world as I know it, but I feel fine. Well, it was nice talking to you. Enjoy your weekend. And thank you for listening to your daily dose of shit with Alan Cousin. I look forward to talking to you Monday, and who knows what shit I may come up with after I enjoy my bountiful enjoyment on my porcelain toilet. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening to your Daily Dose of Shit Talk Show. If you have some insights, questions, or information of bullshit to pass on, please email us at momentousevents@aol.com. Make sure to come back daily to hear some new shit about money, business, life, and who knows what else as I take a dump on the toilet.